Hey family, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. How you doing? Welcome to Mental House Sports Edition. Okay? It's really important that this is specifically for, more specifically for black and brown people, more specifically black people. We have to understand that every time somebody gives constructive criticism about us, does not mean that they don't like us. It doesn't mean we're bad people. It just means that we need to keep a pulse. You know how you check for pulse? Check it. And make sure that your ego is checked at the door. Make sure that whatever it is that has got your panties in a bunch is not true. And let's say that it is. Be able to deal with constructive criticism. And that's hard, especially for younger folks. So I have more sympathy, I guess you could say, for people that's like teenagers and their early 20s. A lot of times they think they know everything and they know nothing. And then they dismiss people my age and think that we just haters. Some of us are. But most of us see the mistakes that young people make, and we know we've made a lot, okay? And we got more life behind us than in front of us. And if I was to speak for a lot, I ain't gonna say most, of people who are elders, that's not where they coming from now. They see you all as their children. I know that sounds crazy, but in a positive way, in a way that I don't want you to make the same mistakes I made. If you can help it, if you gotta make it, you gotta make it. If it's a hole up yonder, and I'm trying to tell you, hey, if you keep walking on this street, you're gonna fall in that hole, and you continue to walk that way, well, then you fall in a hole. Ain't too much I can say. Either I'm gonna help get you out. It depends on the situation. If I can't, I'll be like, I told you, right? And that's kind of like the feelings I have about Claressa Shields. I love her grit. I love the fact that she took lemons and made lemonade out of it. So I as I was looking at my comments, I seen a whole lot of stuff. It's because we hate on her or whatever. And I'm gonna speak for myself and a couple other guys that I heard, but I really feel that their advice is sincere. What kind of world are we living in if we can't take advice from one another? And because I don't know you, even I'm showing you what you presenting to the world is not a good look. And I done been around past 50 years. What is wrong with you taking advice from a person that way? First of all, I've been your age, but you ain't never been my age. So don't you think that I got this is one reason why God kept me here. I mean, and I'm still right close in my right mind. And so I have knowledge about what I'm speaking about. And not only that, I love you. You my people. And I'm sure because I or another content creator make a video about Claressa, from my perspective, I'm just saying slow your roll. Slow your roll. And I don't think you have good people around you. No, I don't. I know you care about Papoose, and you even say you love him. But him being 17 years older than you got a lot to do with just some of the decisions that you're making and where you feel that you are now in life. You got your man, you got your diamonds. Now you turning into a rap artist, and all of this, you not saying anything about you befriended Remy first. So from where I come from, if you befriending me and I'm giving you advice, or and because you asking, I'm not just volunteering, you asking for my advice, and then I'm giving it to you, and then the next thing you know, you sleeping with my significant other. And for those of y'all who don't have a problem with that, I don't give a damn if he ain't with her. I don't give a damn if they having problems. Somebody should have taught y'all this, because y'all don't have no respect for anything. And that's pretty much why we in some of the conditions that we in as black people, because we don't respect nothing. Some of us don't care and disrespect the institution of marriage. Why? Who told you to? Because you ain't never seen a healthy relationship. That's why. You ain't never seen a man that is with a woman and he got 10 kids or by the same woman and they've been married for 20 years. For a lot of y'all, that's just unbelievable. And say they not even married. You didn't never know. Some people I know in my generation, they fathers, because everybody had a father. So you see how we coming from different perspectives? In my generation, pretty much everybody had a father in the home. So if you didn't have a father in the home, people looked at you, like a little, different. Because they was like, well, who guiding y'all? Well, who was telling you if you don't come in, you going to get your ass beat, and you believed it? Because a lot of times when our moms told us stuff, we were like, yeah, fuck you. Okay? But when your daddy told you something, you was like, oh, and you listened. That's why you got two parents. Okay? Now, I'm not here to give y'all that type of lesson. What I am here to say is an older person or any person giving her constructive criticism does not mean they don't like her. First of all, she came out the mud. She'll tell you that. There was no positive role models around her. She had a mother that had excessive drinking issues. Okay? And if I was at home, speaking on my people, her mama was an alcoholic. A lot of us got alcoholics in our family, or drug addicts, or crackheads, whatever. That's not the issue. I lost family members to crack. Okay? And violence. So I'm definitely sitting up here not trying to take away from her grind and her grit. But what I am trying to say to her is everybody didn't grow up like that. And even though you want to carry that with you everywhere, basically it's damage. You just letting people see how damaged you are, or we are, as a group. They should know, because they pretty much put some of this whipping down on us, but that's neither here nor there. I remember watching the show, and somebody got mad because the black chick said she didn't know what no food stamps was. And everybody was like, oh, you lying, you know what food stamps is? And I just said, I looked at my people and seen just how disconnected. I never seen a food stamp until I was grown. Honestly. Like 17, 18. It's the truth. Okay? Claressa might have been raised on food stamps. We all black here. But we have different experiences. Some of our experiences make us more damaged than others. Okay, this is child development 101. If you have a baby and you let it roll off the couch all the time and fall on the ground, he's not going to grow up very secure. If you have a kid that grow up and he always hungry, always this way, never have enough food, never, always hungry, that person is going to have a damaged grid. As opposed to the child that every time he come home and turn on the light switch, the lights come on. He don't even know what it feels like to have the light bill not paid. And they both the same color. It doesn't mean one thinks they better than the other one. It's just showing you they both have different experiences. And if you ask me which experience I would rather have, I would rather have a situation where I'm not hungry and my parents are not dependent on food stamps. Because you see what they do, you see not what they can do to you when we are. Right? With that being said, Claressa is real rough around the edges. Layla Ali was a bad kid. She had to go to girls' home, group home. She liked to fight and shit. But she never had to grind in the mud like Claressa. And it shows. Plus, her father was somebody that people revered. He gave us black pride. He spoke up and defended us as black people to the world. That's why people got so much reverence for Muhammad Ali. We're not going to have that kind of reverence for you. And I'm just going to keep it real. Maybe your age group will, but I'm talking about, we put this on the scale of the universe. Because I always tell people this, and I got it from the pastor, Ray. Make a circle. Okay? And this circle represents, inside this circle, represents all your circumference of knowledge. Look at there. That's your circumference of knowledge. Right? Now, look on top of there. Look all around there. It's a lot of space. And there's some people whose knowledge base is outside of your circumference. So if they say they ain't never had no food stamps and they don't know what they look like, only thing you can say is, damn, wow, I had to have them, and so that means I grew up a real struggle life. How does that affect my personality? Because a lot of us think when we look at how we grew up as opposed to how other people grew up, a lot of times it's real fucked up. And cities like Flint, Michigan, and Gary, Indiana, trust me, people say ghettos is the same all over the world, but some of them is a little bit grimier. Okay? When you have a city that was booming at one time, like Michigan was, and then all of a sudden everybody made the jobs market dried up and everybody made a beeline out of there, and then people had to go for what they know. When you grow up in a town like that, no resources, again, it makes you tough, and it makes you think the whole world live like that. But when they don't, you have to realize, and you have to maintain a sense of humbleness to be like, wow, some of these kids, man, they don't have nothing to worry about. They going to college, they get all that shit paid for. My mama couldn't even afford to send me no money for books. Man, look at here. I don't hate my parents or resent them because of it. I just really realize how, grateful I am to be sitting here with them, because I used to didn't have it like this. Claressa seems to be going in a different direction, and more people are pulling on her coattail that shouldn't be there, hanging in there with them. Her, they shouldn't even be there. They really shouldn't. And can't nobody tell you what to do with your life. And for those of y'all who think that older people are hating on Claressa, they not. Sometimes y'all gotta listen more and talk less, especially if you don't have a whole lot of knowledge in that field, because otherwise you seem stupid. Okay? Under way emotionally disturbed or emotionally off balance. And I just want Claressa to get back in alignment with what she put here to do. And that's, like she said, be a beacon of light for other girls to see that come from a hard knock life, how they can get out of it. You know, or how they can work to be a champion with themselves. Might not be a boxing champion, but a champion of their circumstances, over their circumstances. Okay? Now, I've talked long enough. I hope I explained myself. I appreciate every single one of y'all who responded. I do. I really do. I thank you. And whether you agree with me or disagree, I'd like to hear it. Okay? So, if you like what you hear, please like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.